to our presentation. My name is Lacey, and I will be speaking along with Jessica, Liliana, Kylie, and Jamelia. Together as consultants, we would like to present the compensation package for community living partners. So, as a brief overview of what is to come in this presentation, we will be discussing which compensation strategies will be most effective for community living partners, as well as basis for pay, title classification, compensable factors, pay grade, wage structure, equity, and some status benefits, as well as some possible issues. So, first of all, as our strategic compensation that we have come up with, the idea and our goal is to promote fairness and transparency within the company, which can help build trust and confidence amongst employees as well. We believe that a merit-based pay system for coordinators and a longevity pay system for both managers and directors will be the most valuable tools for promoting high performance, fairness, transparency, employee retention, and improved overall morale in the workplace. We believe that a merit-based pay system will motivate coordinators to perform at their best, knowing their hard work and achievements will be recognized and rewarded and valued. The longevity pay system will award managers and directors for their loyalty to the company as well as their valuable insights. Both of these payment systems will lead to increased productivity and boost overall business results, as well as the personal gratification that this will give to each employee. Both of these systems can help align employee goals with the overall compensation goals of the company. By tying performance and rewards to company objectives, employees are much more likely to focus on the activities that will drive business success as well as their own personal success. This can lead to a more positive and engaged workforce, which can help improve overall company culture. I will now pass on to Liliana, where she will be speaking of basis of pay. Thank you.
Thank you to Lacey for introducing our strategic compensation plan for community living partners. What I will cover is the basis of pay and classification. Cash Queens have determined that there are three levels of classification at community living partners. We start off at our first level, which is a coordinator, and the following positions that fall under coordinator are health equity coordinator, community engagement coordinator, and finance and administrative coordinator. People who are in this position typically have some to about 2 years of experience, and their salary range will be between $36,000 to $40,000 a year. On level two, we have the managers. We have the Economic Opportunity Program Manager and the Health Equity Program Manager. And for this position, we typically require that they have at least 3 years of experience, and their salary range will be between $50 to $60,000 a year. And one of the defining differences between the coordinator and the manager as well is that they are required to have a bachelor's degree in a relevant field. And now for level three, we have our directors, and our three positions for directors are director of programs, director of fund development, and director of finance and administration. And these roles are required to at least have several years of experience that is relevant to the position. And they are required to have, at the very least, a bachelor's degree, with some positions preferring a master's degree. And the salary range for this is $70,000 to $131,000 a year. The basis of pay for all of these positions depend on the level of education that is required, skills and abilities that are required to perform the job successfully, as well as years of relevant experience. And now, to go further into the wage structure and pay grades, I'm going to pass it over to Jamelia.
Moving on from Liliana's explanation of basis of pay and classifications, we will now discuss compensable factors and wage structure. To begin this discussion, we have the point factor evaluation method chart attached. This breaks down the compensable factors, their total weight, and the degrees used to determine the point ranges for each position, and those point ranges are then used to determine the pay grades for each level. We have skills, effort, responsibility, and working conditions as the compensable factors used, with skills having a total weight of 65%, effort with a total weight at 20%, responsibilities with 10%, and working conditions at 5%. Skills will include education, experience, mental and physical ability. Efforts will be mental and physical exertion. Responsibility will be supervisory and fiscal duties, and working conditions will be hazards employees would have to endure within their working environment. Using these determinants, we decided that coordinators will have a point range from 200 to 580, managers will have a point range from 580 to 770, and the directors will have a point range from 770 to 1,000. Moving on to the next slide, we will see what we did with those point ranges. And with that, we see the coordinators, managers, and directors pay grade. We see that the coordinators have a salary from $36,000 to $40,000 with the merit appraisal chart to the right. This is showing how the coordinators will be giving the raises based on their performance, with average and poor performance not being awarded, but we do see an increase of 3%, 4%, and 5% for above average, satisfactory, and outstanding performance done by the coordinators within the position. To the right of the pay grades for the managers and directors, we see the length of time that each employee would have to have in their role to be able to jump out of that pay grade into the next step. For the managers, we see 3, 6, 9, and 10 years, and for directors, we see 5, 10, 15, and 20 years. This is to show our understanding that the longer that these managers and directors are within their position, the more they understand the community living partners culture, along with valuable insights that they will give to the company. Now that we have discussed the traditional wage structure, the pay grades, and the compensable factors used to determine the wage structure and pay grades, we'll move on to Jessica, where she will then discuss equity within community living partners and the exempt and non-exempt status for each position.
Thank you, Millie, for that transition. Internal equity was determined through job analysis with factors such as work requirements and conditions considered in the job evaluation. Job evaluation established pay differentials among employees. Using the standard occupational classification system, we learned that jobs fell under these major occupational groups: management, business and finance operations, community and social services, and office and administrative support. When researching living wages, it was determined required cost of living in our geographical area ranged from $36,973 to $102,654, depending on the number of adults working in the household as well as the number of children. Living wages range from $17.78 to $24.68, depending on the same criteria as required for cost of living. Because our pay fell below median, we established a strategic compensation package using merit pay for coordinators and longevity for managers and directors. With the help of FLSA, it was determined that health equity program coordinators and finance administrative coordinators to be non-exempt. Though health equity program coordinators have supervision as a key responsibility, they do not have any of the management responsibilities like hiring, firing, grievances, and other criteria that would make them exempt. Director of Finance and Administration fell under administrative exemption due to the job duties overseeing HR functions and financial operations. Community engagement also fell under this exemption because of their unique duties. They are the face and voice of community living partners, and their job duties closely relate to public relations that would affect the overall business operations. This now brings us to Kylie to discuss benefits.
Thank you, Jessica. Moving on to benefits and other issues. Many people think that since Community Living Partners is a nonprofit organization, that they can't compensate their employees like a for-profit company can, but this is just not the case. Community Living Partners can actually offer group health insurance, retirement benefits, PTO, other bonus and merit pay. Plus, we offer unique benefits like giving $100 to the employee of the month. We also pass out wellness cards for things such as the dentist or seeing the chiropractor. And then we also do extra PTO hours earned if you have good attendance and great customer service, and you obviously accomplish company goals. The only issue is ensuring that there is a fair internal wage equity, meaning that employees are getting paid properly for what they bring to the table and their education and other certifications that they have. Step 1 is conducting an internal audit. This means surveying employees and figuring out what certifications that they've earned while employed and compensating them for that. Step 2 would be being transparent about skills and necessary education required for certain promotions and other higher up positions to move up the corporate ladder. Step 3 would be developing employees to be able to move up the corporate ladder, therefore providing ways for education and for merit pay increases. And step 4 would be continuously updating job descriptions and reassessing, making corrections. The only issue is that nonprofits are tax exempt, meaning that the IRS is going to want any documentation of extra merit pay that is not included in salary or hourly pay. And if the pay is discriminatory in any way and they didn't earn it at all, then they could face heavy penalties and heavy fines. The corporate culture should promote a healthy competition and motivation amongst the entire team. In conclusion, this plan clearly reflects how to achieve a high performance and also maintain a high employee retention while supporting company goals and the company mission. Thank you.